The Tesla bot suddenly fell over while serving drinks, and many people pointed out that it wasn't operating autonomously as Elon Musk had claimed. It was actually being controlled remotely. Musk has not commented on the incident, but recently the Tesla CEO made a bold statement about the Tesla Robotaxi Cybercab, and this new Tesla model has also received some highly impressive updates ahead of its large-scale rollout early next year. Elon Musk truly believes the vehicle will soon appear across cities throughout the US and that everyone will want to experience it. But is it really as good as Musk says? And what's new with the Tesla Robotaxi? Let's find out right now. As we all know, Tesla and Waymo are the two major contributors to the development of self-driving cars in the United States, and both are running driverless ride-hailing services in the country. Currently, Tesla uses a safety monitor system in Austin, placing safety staff in the passenger seat on city routes. They move to the driver's seat when driving on highways. In ride-hailing operations around the San Francisco Bay Area, a safety monitor is always seated in the driver's seat. However, Elon Musk says that the Tesla Robotaxi operating in Austin will no longer have any safety monitoring equipment by the end of this year. He confirms, unsupervised is pretty much solved at this point. So there will be Tesla Robotaxis operating in Austin with no one in them. Not even anyone in the passenger seat in about 3 weeks. Yeah, this aligns with the timeline the Tesla CEO gave earlier this year, as he has repeatedly stated that Tesla's self-driving taxis in Austin will not require safety monitors by the end of 2025. This past September, Musk also reiterated on X that the safety driver is just there for the first few months to be extra safe. Should be no safety driver by end of year.
We are expecting to have no safety drivers in at least large parts of Austin by the end of this year, so within a few months.
This was a statement made during the Q3 earnings call. Yeah, a fully autonomous vehicle operating on public streets with no one inside to supervise it will be ready this month. However, Elon Musk also made another wild claim saying, Waymo never really had a chance against Tesla. This will be obvious in hindsight. He responded with this comment on X after someone pointed out that Tesla hasn't logged as many passenger-only autonomous miles as Waymo. Waymo's safety data also appears to be more convincing than Tesla's. The two companies have repeatedly sparred over their service areas, geofences, in both Austin and the San Francisco Bay Area. Waymo focuses its business on major cities, while Tesla claims it will expand its self-driving technology to every one of its vehicles, in every location worldwide. This is the true difference between the two companies, along with the fact that Tesla uses vehicles it manufactures itself, while Waymo relies on multiple models from various automakers across its fleet. They also have fundamentally different ideas about how to solve autonomous driving. Tesla uses a vision-only approach, whereas Waymo relies on multiple sensors, including LiDAR, something Elon Musk has called useless, inefficient, and outdated. Estimates suggest that by November of this year, Tesla's robotaxi fleet was only about 30 vehicles, a mix of Model Ys and Cybercabs, operating within an area of more than 250 square miles. But don't get it wrong. If the company wanted to, it could deploy 100,000 robotaxis on the streets of Austin as early as next year. The only thing holding them back is the safety monitor sitting in the passenger seat. As long as that human element remains, scaling up is almost pointless. The more cars they add, the more Tesla has to hire, train, and pay safety drivers for a role they're trying to eliminate as quickly as possible. Obviously, that makes no sense. But once the safety driver is removed from the equation, everything opens up. Every Tesla produced in the past 2 years is already capable of full self-driving. And in Austin, Tesla is rolling a new car off the line roughly every 30 seconds, so the current numbers only look bad if you're looking short-term. With the Cybercab, Elon Musk is even confident that the vehicle will be assembled in just 5 seconds. Yes, it sounds insane, but it's plausible, given that it has far fewer components than a Model Y. So how exactly will Tesla remove humans from the robotaxi safety seat entirely? Okay, this is the step Tesla has quietly been preparing for a long time. In the late November Robotaxi update, Tesla activated an in-cabin data sharing system, what they call cabin camera analytics and audio analytics. Put simply, this is how software takes over everything a human monitor used to do. If something goes wrong with the vehicle or with a passenger, Tesla's support team will be alerted instantly by this system, ensuring no one is ever stranded mid-ride. So if this bottleneck is cleared next year, what happens next? The most obvious next stop is Phoenix, Arizona. Tesla received its permit from the state's Department of Transportation in November, and early signs suggest the service there will launch in a supervised mode similar to Austin's. After Phoenix will come Las Vegas, Dallas, and Miami in 2026. But the ambition of this project isn't limited to the US. The recent Robotaxi update opened the door for users in a number of new countries, mainly across the Asia-Pacific region, from Australia to Japan, as well as Mexico and Canada. It's a massive leap, from a few dozen supervised cars to a global network that no longer needs human intervention. And this expectation is completely reasonable. You may not know this, but Waymo began testing in 2017 with a safety driver behind the wheel. By early 2019, they opened the service to the public, still with a safety driver. And then, in October 2020, they reached fully driverless operation in Phoenix. Throughout that entire period, Waymo accumulated a massive dataset, the very thing that convinced the industry that autonomous vehicles are not only viable, but far more capable than most people imagined. As of June 2025, Waymo has driven 96 million miles with no human actively controlling the vehicle. And during all of that, while not absolutely perfect, the safety gap compared to the average American driver is staggering. 80% fewer airbag deployments, 91% fewer severe injury or fatal crashes, 92% fewer pedestrian-related incidents, and 89% fewer collisions involving motorcycles. By every meaningful metric, autonomous cars are safer than human drivers. That's why Elon Musk truly believes Tesla Robotaxi will be safe. So based on this real-world data, it's entirely reasonable to expect that fully autonomous systems like Tesla's Robotaxi will gain global acceptance, and that the future of our roads will become safer as they take over. But while Tesla Robotaxi is rapidly improving and reaching higher levels of autonomy, the legged robot that Elon Musk often talks about still hasn't reached that level. Yeah, we've watched every video of the Tesla bot from 2021 until now, and it has never made a mistake or fallen over. Okay, there were moments when it slipped and almost went down, but it always managed to regain its balance just like a human would. Recently, it even impressed everyone by running at nearly 7 miles per hour. However, the Tesla Optimus robot suspiciously toppled over in a new demo while it was serving drinks. Even Elon Musk was surprised by the incident. Everyone is talking about it and asking, what exactly happened? Why did Optimus suddenly fall backward? What gets damaged every time it takes a fall? And the biggest question of all, is Tesla bot really as autonomous as Elon Musk claims? Yeah, the Tesla bot's fall has raised a lot of questions, and that matters, because Tesla is about to mass-produce these humanoid robots. So right now, let's dig into what really happened with this Tesla bot incident, and whether it's truly worth the hype. Okay, to be fair, even humans can't avoid falling. You might suddenly trip while running, slip on a wet floor, or simply lose your balance because of some external factor. So of course, a humanoid robot that's still in its testing and development stage might take a fall at some point, especially when its control systems and sensors aren't 100% perfect yet. However, nothing would seem suspicious if the Tesla bot fell while walking, running, jumping, or climbing stairs. Yeah, what makes this case unusual is that it fell backward even though it was just standing still, only moving its arms. In the video that's circulating, we can clearly see Tesla bot trying to grab a water bottle from a table, but somehow it knocks over all the bottles around it. Then it suddenly falls backward and slams onto the floor. It looks exactly like a human suddenly getting dizzy or blacking out, dropping everything around them. But the funniest part of the clip is how the robot's arm swings up toward its head right as it loses control, almost as if it wanted to say, "Oh no, my head hurts. I need a break." Just kidding. Okay, in response to the Optimus incident, most comments, articles, and analysts have come to the same conclusion. Optimus was likely being teleoperated at that moment, instead of operating autonomously the way Elon Musk often claims. In other words, Optimus was mirroring the movements of a nearby Tesla engineer, who then lifted his VR headset the moment the robot started to fall. You can see it. The robot raising its hand to its head looks just like it's mimicking a remote operator who's quickly taking off a VR headset. Of course, the robot itself isn't wearing anything on its head. It's pretty obvious when you watch the video, right? Anyone who has ever used VR or seen a teleoperation setup can recognize that motion instantly. It seems like the Tesla staff member or remote operator, either backstage or at some distant location, removed the headset mid-operation for some unknown reason. Optimus then faithfully replicated that headset removal motion, even though no headset existed right before it tumbled to the floor. Earlier in October, when Tesla Optimus performed that impressive-looking kung fu demo, it was so good that people immediately questioned whether it was also being remotely controlled. When asked if the performance was teleoperated, Elon Musk directly stated, AI, not teleoperated. However, after Optimus's recent fall, many viewers instantly began claiming that even the kung fu training powered by AI was a lie. Most believe it was a pre-choreographed performance that must have taken thousands of engineering hours to design and test, and that there was nothing AI about it at all. What do you think? Was it AI or teleoperation? Drop a comment below. Okay, teleoperation is still widely used in humanoid robot development, even though Tesla has never explicitly stated that Optimus is controlled this way. In several clips from the Optimus lab in Fremont, we've seen how Tesla trains the robot using VR headsets in the lab. These videos show operators wearing VR gear to teach the robot. Dozens of employees in motion capture suits with head-mounted cameras and heavy 30 to 40-pound backpacks filled with recording equipment patiently repeat seemingly simple tasks: picking up a glass of water, folding clothes, pulling curtains, wiping tables, walking back and forth. Every movement and gesture recorded to teach Optimus how to move, respond, and interact with the world. Every day they work for hours, constantly in motion, to the point that the job has been compared to running a marathon inside a lab. Training a robot to behave like a human isn't glamorous. Most data collectors start with wiping tables, sometimes for weeks. You take a step, wipe the surface, return to the resting pose, and then start all over again, one former employee shared. You keep repeating it until it's time for a break. Some staff said they suffered shoulder injuries or back pain from carrying the heavy equipment and repeating the same motions hundreds of times. It seems they still haven't moved past that stage, or maybe they've improved but aren't confident enough yet to let Optimus operate fully autonomously in public. That's likely why it's still being controlled remotely. For now, Tesla still hasn't explained the exact cause of the incident. But the spill with the water bottles followed by the fainting fall suggests the company still has a long way to go before it can truly deliver on its promise of deploying these robots in its car factories, where they're supposed to handle a wide range of tasks alongside human workers. Recently, 1X Technologies opened pre-orders for its home assistant robot called NEO, but the company openly admitted that during the testing phase, more complex tasks will be handled through teleoperation while they continue developing the robot's intelligent, AI-driven autonomous capabilities. Elon Musk expects Optimus to eventually generate even more revenue than Tesla's automotive business, but watching the Miami disaster after nearly 4 years of development makes many people wonder whether that will ever happen. Some jokes even ask whether the expected $20,000 price tag for Elon's Optimus includes the necessary teleoperation equipment and operator, or if that'll cost extra. However, the current version is still Optimus 2.5. Optimus Gen 3 might be fully autonomous instead of teleoperated. One theory we've considered is that Tesla might be letting people doubt the 2.5 version on purpose, only to completely shock everyone with the Gen 3 release in Q1 next year. People would change their perspective instantly. Tesla tends to pull moves like that. Now we want to give you an update on the Tesla Semi. DHL, one of the newest customers to receive the Tesla Semi, ran a series of intense 2-week stress tests and came to a simple conclusion. The truck is better than anything they ever imagined. Drivers at PepsiCo and Saya said the exact same thing. Some even joked that they hope to retire in this truck. The truth is, companies that originally planned to use the Semi mainly for short routes are now being forced to rethink their entire strategies because this monster is handling long haul far too well and at an operating cost much lower than diesel trucks or even typical electric trucks. From day one, they didn't do a light PR photo shoot or a short loop around the yard. Instead, they threw the Semi straight onto a 390-mile route with a full 75,000-pound load. What shocked their entire engineering team and the trucking industry as a whole was that the Semi completed the entire distance on a single charge and still had battery left upon arrival. Nobody believed that was possible, but that wasn't even the most jaw-dropping part. Over the 2-week test, DHL logged a total of 3,000 miles with the Semi, averaged over 50 miles per hour, and achieved an energy consumption of just 1.72 kilowatt hours per mile, noticeably better than the 2.0 to 2.2 kilowatt hours per mile seen in most electric trucks today. Highlighting the truck's outstanding results, Jim Monkmeyer, president of transportation at DHL Supply Chain North America, said, "The Tesla Semi-Pilot exceeded our expectations, demonstrating its ability to haul a DHL load a long distance in a single trip without any obstacles." Currently, DHL is using the Semi for about 100 miles of deliveries per day, even though the truck can easily run 500 miles continuously. According to DHL, the Semi only needs to charge about once a week and is expected to cut 50 tons of greenhouse gas emissions per year. The company also says it will order more Semis in 2026 when Tesla increases production. Right now, the Tesla Semi is still a prototype, but hints about the new version show that Tesla is preparing to refresh this Class 8 truck before putting it into mass production. And what we're seeing isn't just a few minor tweaks, it's a full-on transformation. The front end has been completely redesigned, a seamless light bar for a more modern look, a simplified front bumper for cheaper and faster maintenance, a smoothly rounded roofline, and a shortened windshield, a far more practical choice than the pointless rear window from the 2017 prototype. These changes bring the drag coefficient down to around 0.33, beating the already eye-catching 0.36. And even a tiny 0.03 reduction in drag can boost energy efficiency by 5 to 8%, adding tens of miles per charge, an extremely important difference for long-haul trucking. Tesla has also refined the chassis and pushed the base weight below 23,000 pounds, enabling higher payloads and longer range. And when it's time to recharge, the new Semi will support 1.2 megawatt ultra-fast charging using the highest power hardware Tesla has ever built. For batteries, Tesla is taking a dual approach. The long-range version will use 4680 cells, tabless, high-density, and capable of maintaining strong output even under heavy, high-speed loads. The short-range version will use LFP cells, extremely durable and roughly 40% cheaper, making them ideal for local routes or short 100 to 200-mile runs. This short-range model is expected to cost around $160,000, giving trucking companies an exceptionally attractive option. But the most notable upgrade isn't the design or the battery, it's FSD. Tesla has revealed an entirely new camera placement just above the front wheel arch, a very clear signal that the Semi is being optimized to become a fully autonomous heavy truck. If FSD truly comes to the Semi, the trucking industry will change forever. Trucks could operate almost 24/7, stopping only 30 to 40 minutes to charge, drastically cutting labor costs, shortening delivery times, and significantly reducing accidents caused by distraction. That's everything for today's episode. Elon Musk's latest statements about the Robotaxi, the incident involving the Tesla Optimus robot, and the major updates coming to the Tesla Semi. Which product do you think Elon Musk should focus on in 2026? Let us know what you think, and thanks for watching.